Say they had enough of it completed, so the checkers will fly with the yellow. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your winner in the number 17 car. It's Austin Brands. Well, we're through our heat race portion of tonight's IMCA stock cars. That means that it's time for your Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds. 5 heat races with 10 cars in each heat race. We'll take 5 winners right to the show, and then the top 7 in the passing points. This is what we talked about in our pre-race show here this evening, that there's players in the game that are here in North Dakota tonight that have all the rights and all the business to be in tonight's A-Main. However, there's many of them that aren't going to qualify with 50 in attendance and only 24 spots that are up for grabs.
No doubt about it, as a double hook going to be deployed here with Braun and Heupel. And these races are stacked. For those of you catching the CPT Racing Manufacturing live looking with us tonight, it's not too late to log on to IMCA TV and purchase your viewing pass for not just the rest of the night, Nick. You can also get your viewing pass for the rest of the week for the Dakota Classic Mod Tour, powered by Industrial Electric. And while you're on IMCA TV, you can check out the IMCA TV replay subscription, $24.99 a month. Catches all the past IMCA TV replays. Doesn't include live replays, but Nick, you caught me on my replay subscription watching some racing at Black Hills Speedway in Rapid City, South Dakota from last Friday night, and also Wairika Speedway in California. Was doing some work when we were supposed to be relaxing.
I'm telling you right now, I said it last night, that you better have the fridge filled up this week. We're not proactive on not being outside and being energetic. However, this day and age, with the way that the cell phones work, you could go for a walk and just listen back to some of these classic events as well.
Absolutely. Last year's Dakota Classic Mod Tour on there, IMCA TV Winter Nationals, Speedway Motors IMCA Super Nationals fueled by Casey's, the Clash at the Coast in Florida, Harris Clash at Spring Valley, Minnesota's Deer Creek Speedway, as well as weekly action, including Nodak Speedway here, a part of the IMCA TV platform.
Well, the Modifieds are going to bring their way out onto the racetrack. Let's meet the starting lineup. And with the starting lineup for heat race number 1, here's Mr. Ben Deathridge.
In the 25G, starting inside pole from Vacaville, California, Randy Schaefer to his outside, Mark Dahl in the 1D from Bismarck. Tom Berry Jr., the 2-time defending winner of this race, and the 2-time champion of the series. Originally from Medford, Oregon, then lived in Newburgh, North Dakota, just down the road for a couple of years. Now calling Marshalltown, Iowa in the 11X, starts 3rd. J.J. Barnstable, the 1 from Estevan, Saskatchewan, starts 4th. James Correll in car number 5 from Jamestown starts P5. Troy Cordes, 2006 champion of the series, 71C out of Dunkerton, Iowa. Tim Ward, originally from Mesa, Arizona, now living in Harcourt, Iowa, the 2-time defending series champion and defending Super Nationals winner in the 4TW, starts 7th. Brady Biela, the 99 from Williston. Chris Tookshire in the 73T from Burlington, and Williston's Travis Hagan, 14T, starts 10th. Oh my goodness, that is just one of our heat races, and if you're on the Facebook Live looking, that is what we're going to be seeing all night long, all week long, here on the Dakota Classic Mod Tour, powered by Industrial Electric, Nick.
Well, these parts, Travis Hagan, they call him the dark horse, and I think my daughter said it best last summer after watching Travis Hagan's dominance, where he won the Nodak Speedway Championship. He won the championship at Estevan, and he also won on his home track, the Williston Basin Speedway, 3 titles in 1 year. And there's no slouches in that championship hunt at any of those tracks. My daughter said, why do they call him the dark horse? I said, well, everybody gets nicknames, and I started to explain it. She interrupted me right in the middle of it and said, I think they should just call him the GOAT. And that's the type of player he is in this game. However, Travis Hagan, the dark horse, saying right now, why did I end up with Tom Berry Jr. and Tim Ward, the same heat race to start it off on the tour opening night? We're going to find out how the dark horse does from the back of the pack. Green flag comes out. Let's go racing.
Schaefer on the inside pole, 5-time champion at Dakota Speedway, and Mark Dahl, including last year. As it's going to be Tom Berry Jr. on the front. Couple cars going off the racetrack. Tom Berry Jr., though, looking for the 3-peat as Schaefer gets crossed up in turn 4, and we've got Brady Biela in the 99 getting to the side of him. Yellow is out, and that's going to benefit a couple of cats that went off the top of the track. I think one of them was Dahl, and I didn't see who the other one was, Nick, but tough break for Schaefer, making the journey from the East Bay area of California, Vacaville. And then Brady Biela, one of the guys that has made the transition from Friesen Performance IMC Northern Sport mods to modified successfully.
Yeah, Brady Biela may have got the worst of that situation. The 99 machine got twisted up bad. We're going to take another look at it coming up here on the replay as we'll watch him head on into corners number 3 and 4. Yeah, you see the 25G just all of a sudden got a little bit crossed up. Randy Schaefer, nowhere to go there for the 99 of Biela. And Travis Hagen was following right in line behind the 99 car. As we take a look at it again, Victory Fuel bringing you the look back on IMCA TV.
Definitely some damage to both those cars, unfortunately.
Yeah, they're both going to limp it back down to the trailer. They're going to have the opportunity to come back through a B main, trying to advance into the show this evening. Biela and Schaefer retire early. That puts Tom Berry Jr. at the front of the pack with the number 1 machine. J.J. Barnstable up at the front. Is that correct, my friend?
I think that was the guy. That was one of the other drivers that went off. Yeah, Barnstable and Dahl were the 2 drivers that went off. So 0 complete, 8 to go here in heat race number 1 of 5 for the Friesen Performance IMC Modifieds. And Barry, former track champion here in 2019, also at Dakota Speedway, where we'll be in Mandan on Thursday night for the grand finale. Champion of the series in 2019, as well as 2022, winning every single round. The Razor Chassis North Central Region champion in 19 and 20. 2020, the national champion overall in the COVID year. Talking about your outside pole sitter, TBJ. Also won Super Nationals in 2022.
Yeah, no big deal. Just drop that one in there at the end.
Yeah, and the Harris Clash.
Let's just bury the headline on that one, why don't we? Here comes the green flag. Tom Berry Jr. from the front row, seeing what he can do. The 71's going to come to the party as well as they rip on in to corners number 1 and 2. Cordes won a Dakota Classic Modified Tour Championship back in 2006. He's going to battle for the race lead as he takes it down to the inside of the 11 of Tom Berry Jr. They're side by side. Slide bomb up on the front straightaway. The first one delivered of the evening, and Cordes is going to take the race lead. Tom Berry Jr. and Travis the Dark Horse Hagen rising to the top 3 with Chris the Crowbar Tucher in 4th, and the 4TW of Tim Ward running inside the top 5. Tom Berry's not going to let go of Cordes yet as they come back up the front straightaway. First 2 laps have been good in this one, and Tom Berry doing everything he can back, trying to get back to the top spot of the raceway.
Cordes trying to do all that he can to retain the race lead. The 8-time defending Independence Motor Speedway champion, 9-time Benton County Speedway champion, but driving away from him is the 11X of Berry. And Travis Hagen trying to put himself in a position to be one of the front runners with the most passing and finishing points in the 14T. Holding on to 3rd. Chris Tucher is 4th behind him. Tim Ward running P5. Then you've got John Krell and Barnstable in car number 1.
Well, Travis Hagen, no stranger to passing points. He went plus 19 in the big dance last year at the Super Nationals, climbing all the way up to a 14th place finish on Saturday night at Boone Speedway. Tom Berry Jr. running up at the front of the field right now, and Tom Berry Jr. having himself a season. I talked to him last night about the race car that he's driving. He has had plenty of action inside of the 11X car. 28 features with 9 wins, 18 top 5s, 20 top 10s on the year. However, he's been in a borrowed car for most of those races inside of this car, the 2-faced 11X that we see here. He's been just about flawless. All but 2 of his wins have come inside of this machine right now, and he is on his way here in heat race number 1 for your IMCA Modifieds. Tom Berry Jr. is going to rip on a corner number 4 No big surprise, TBJ takes the white flag coming around for the final time.
White is out, indicating final lap of action here. Travis Hagen, a 10-3 run right now, trying to make it a 10-2 if he can overtake Cordes in the 71. As the checkered flag will drop, it is going to be Tom Berry Jr., your winner of heat race number 1, followed by Troy Cordes. Travis Hagen will finish in 3rd. Chris Tuchshire will be 4th. And Tim Ward wrapping up the top 5. 1 out of 5 is done. Let's make some noise for Tom Berry Jr., formerly from Oregon, formerly from North Dakota, now living in Marshalltown, Iowa, your winner. And setting a very good tone early. As heat race number 2 is coming up, Nick Holberg, what do we got for the lineup?
On the pole from right here in the Magic City, it's the number 65. It's Jared Thielen. Lampman, Saskatchewan brings us the 12 cards. Dexter Saxon. Inside of row 2, your defending national champion, it's the 75 JR from Mesa, Arizona. It's Chaz Baca. The Nodak Speedway regular season champion for 2024 is Steven Pfeiffer. He hails from Bowbells. He's in the 11 machine. Jerry Flippo from Bakersfield, California pilots the 13. He starts inside of row 3. Lined up next to Jeff Bieber from Fairview, Montana in the number 89. Starting 7th, Andrew Pierce of the 15P from Oakley, California. Lines up next to the 2-2-3 of Jake Pike coming to us from Nevada. Josh Rogotsky from Sanborn, Minnesota is in the X car. And Bubba Alvarado from Kersey, Colorado is in the WW2. There's your starting lineup for heat race number 2 of your IMCA Modifieds, brought to you by Friesen Performance. Green flag is in the air. The hammers are on the floor, and the ground is shaking as Steve Pfeiffer, the local god, moves up into 2nd. He's going to try to set his sights now on Jared Thielen, the hometown driver of the 65 machine, is the local talent. Runs at the front, but Jerry Flippo and Chaz Baca are going to try to change that tune as they rip on a corner number 4. Lap 1, however, belongs to Jared Thielen.
Flippo definitely getting the Andalai spurs on and kicking the flanks of the 13 and getting it going in the right direction. Originally from Bakersfield, California, now living in Iowa, Andrew Pierce, the 15P, representing the Golden State, is 4th. And here comes Jake Pike from the Silver State in the 223 out of Pahrump, Nevada, working the inside line. Great battle here for P4. As Baca, your defending national champion and current point leader, headed into the week, sports the 6th place position. Thielen looking really good out in front, Nick.
Yeah, he is. He's a smooth operator, and he's got clean air out in front of him. We looked at the best battle on the racetrack. That was with Pierce and Pike. They're going to switch positions again. The 15 car is going to get back in front of the 223 now as they duke and jockey it out. Battling right now for 4th. Meanwhile, here comes Steve Pfeiffer to the front as Jared Thielen in the 65 machine's got company as Steve Pfeiffer says, knock, 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 let me in. On the back door, Jared Thielen saying, we're not open for business just yet here in heat race number 2.
Pfeiffer was last night's hard charger in the main event. 3-time winner here in 2024. As you said, he's got right in his sights Jared Thielen. Thielen, though, doing what he needs to do. Just stay out in front, keep everyone behind. He's got to stay in ahead of the rest of the pack for 3 more circuits. And when they hit the wire this time around, going to have to hold on for just a pair of them. As that race for 4th not cooling down between Pierce and Pike, and now may have a race for 2nd with Flippo and Pfeiffer getting into it.
I was just going to say that one's cooling down, and the race for 2nd is heating up. The 13 of Flippo on the move, trying to shorten that gap, but the time is wearing thin. The sand in the hourglass is running out as the white linen is displayed. Flippo gave a look to the inside on Steve Pfeiffer. He's going to give another look here as they head down towards the rail at corners 1 and 2. Old school drag race brewing here. Here comes Jerry Flippo. He won last year on the tour. He had a win at Dickinson. No stranger to victory lane. Flippo and Pfeiffer side by side. Meanwhile, Thielen's going to go right to the dance. Flippo's going to get past Pfeiffer for 2nd, and Steve Pfeiffer will take 3rd. Pierce in 4th. Pike comes across in 5th, followed by Rogotsky, Baca, Saxon, Alvarado, and Jeff Bieber round out the field. Well, race fans, let's hear it for the 65 machine from right here in Minot. It's Jared Thielen. Well, what do you think? Should we do one more on Facebook Live? I think that's probably a good idea, right?
I think so. How about if we have everybody watching on Facebook Live say thank you, CPT Racing Manufacturing, for providing this live look-in, and we'll give you one more.
We'll give you one more, and also it's just kind and polite to hit that share button and let your friends and family know that it's Mod Tour time up in the Northern Plains. We appreciate you for watching us online on IMCA TV. You can watch this entire week long, race fans. It's one that you're not going to want to miss. There's night after night after night. We head to Estevan tomorrow, then Williston, followed by Dickinson, and then we'll cap it off in Mandan. First here in round number 2, we've got our next heat race of IMCA Modifieds brought to you by Friesen Performance. How about a lineup, my friend?
The 111, Ethan Broxma from Newton, Iowa, inside pole. John Flory, the 18 out of Williston, starts to his outside. Sydney, Montana's 4-time champion of the series, 25B, Hank Berry. Tyler Staruella, Red Deer, Alberta is where he's from in the 84. The 0S, Jamestown, Scott Gardner, Drew Christensen in the 29, Eric Mass, Kyle Strickler, Troy Morris the third, and Justin O'Brien, rest of the starting lineup.
We talked lots about Broxma earlier on today in our pre-race show. He was quick last night. He maybe have been the fastest car on the racetrack at the tail end of that A-main. He's going to rip it out of corner number 4 coming by. Lap number 1 is in the books as Gardner and Smokin' Hank Berry duke it out for second.
Yeah, Hank Berry, a lot of laps at this racetrack, twice a champion at this facility, and the most championships with the Dakota Classic Mod Tour, powered by Industrial Electric, trying to hold on to second, trying to keep back the Nuggy Bug in the 0S of Scotty Gardner, but Gardner says, I'm not going away anytime soon.
Smokin' Hank Berry slides it up around the outside, gathering second, but how about that race battle with the high side tickler, Kyle Strickler, and the 29 of Christensen and the 44 Mass on the inside. They jockey it out here as we've got battles all over the racetrack. Those passing points on a premium as well. Meanwhile, Broxma left the keys at the front desk of the Holiday Inn. He's not even on your screen right now because he's coming by to take another one off the board. Broxma putting on a clinic right now. Look at that interval for Broxma. 4-second advantage here. We're halfway in, halfway home. Meanwhile, Gardner and Smokin' Hank Berry continue to put on a show. The McDonald's machine of Gardner slides it down to the inside. Hank Berry riding through the middle line of the racetrack. You saw Broxma for just a moment slip on through your TV screen. Boy, he's checked out, isn't he?
Great battle for fourth, too, as Eric Mass, the 2-time defending Black Hills Speedway champion, trying to fend off the 2014 Nodak Speedway modified champion and Drew Christensen. Mass hot off of a big win Friday night at Black Hills Speedway after an incredible battle with Connor Frisky. Strickler, the 2-time Super Nationals champion, twice winner of the Harris Clash, has his hands full with the 2024 Arizona Mod Tour champion in the 07X of Troy Morris III, who comes in this week third in the national point standings.
It is stacked, and the stacked lineup is stuck in the middle of the pack. Kyle Strickler right now. You want to talk about talents? Strickler stuck at 6th. Meanwhile, Broxma's going to come out of corner number 4. The checkers are already waving, and Ethan Broxma waxed him here in heat race number 3 for your Friesen Performance IMCA Modifieds. There goes Gardner in second, Hank Berry in third, followed by the 44 of Mass. Christensen will come across in a top 5 spot. Wow, Broxma on the season, 34 features. He's a Fast Shafts All-Star qualifier already. He's got 9 wins, 22 top 5s, 27 top 10s, and he just put a waxing on in heat race number 3 of the IMCA Modifieds.
Well, we want to thank each and every one of you for this Facebook Live look-in, courtesy of our friends at CPT Racing Manufacturing. Go on IMCA TV, buy your viewing pass for the rest of the night, buy your viewing pass for the rest of the week. That's IMCA TV, where America comes to watch racing.
Time for heat race number 4 for your IMCA Modifieds. Let's meet your starting lineup. On the pole in the 2J machine for Moorcroft, Wyoming, it's Jerry Martin. Mandan Sean Strand is in the 99 S Machine starting second. Kid Smooth, Colin Hibdon's in the 48K.